Been a minute.
What's up, y'all? Yeah, what's up, y'all? Back with another one. Responsible Degenerate Podcast. I'm your host, Robbie. That's my host, Mel. Mel, what's good,
Yo,
baby?
what's good? What's good? Everything good on my side? Chilling, just staying warm in this snowy Sunday. How
Yeah,
you, man?
I'm good, man. It's a snowstorm. I had to go out there because, they called, the job called a little overtime. I was like,
Mm,
I need that paper. I'm going on
get to
vacation
the
soon. I need that paper.
get to the money. I get it.
So I had to head out there, man. But it was all right. Rose wasn't that bad. I thought it would be,
Mhm.
if you got all-wheel drive, then you Gucci. I got all-wheel drive, so I run right through that snow. If in them all them little cars, they was getting stuck.
Oh
All them little
nah.
cars was getting stuck, man. But they be
Mhm.
all right, man. Before we start the show, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like this is a sports show. We don't really get. We don't get political. We don't do political, but. There is like real stuff going on in this world, Mel. Like we've seen, like games being postponed and like a lot going on. Like I said, I don't want to get political. I just want to say, I want to send my condolences to the person that just got shot in Minnesota.
Mhm.
Alex Preddy, I think it's Preddy. I think I'm saying it right, Alex. I just want to say
Mhm.
like condolences to their family. Also to
Send our condolences.
yeah, to Renee Good, like I said, we're no political show, but we do know, even though we talk sports, there's real stuff, real life going on every day around us, and we talk sports to like make your day and our day, like a little brighter. But we just want to speak out and just give our, just see our condolences to to the families, 'cause we see what's going on,
Yeah, we're humans at the end of the day, so
exactly.
we just want, like I said, send our condolences and
Hmm.
everybody just stay safe out there, man. It's just tough right now in the world, man. Take it day by day,
Uh-huh. Yeah. This
literally.
yeah, day by day, this world is very crazy, man. But
Hmm.
on the bright side, we did have some good games today.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was all right. um, South Carolina, they
Hmm.
got their get back. They defeat Vanderbilt 103-74. Dawn made some changes today. She put make her in the lineup, took out Okote, and we saw a lineup today. That starting five lineup, that lineup came
Hmm.
out on a defensive end, locked in,
Hmm.
suffocating. We also got to see a lineup with Alicia at 6'7" and Okote at 6'6". That's
Hmm.
and
That's tough.
yeah, being that Alicia couldn't like move her feet, that's a very tough lineup to go with, man. But let's start with South Carolina. Joyce Edwards, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Make her 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Tessa Johnson, 20 points, 4 for 7 from 3. Tanaya Lasson, bounce back game, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Raven Johnson, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, no turnovers. Okote, 17 points, 7 rebounds. And for Vanderbilt, Michaela Blake's 23 points, but she did struggle from the field. 9 for 24, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 turnovers. Um, M. Momentenda, I'm sorry if I say your name
Hmm.
wrong. Sorry. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. But other than that, nobody really got going. Coming into this game, we know. I mean, they're not. We know who the head of the snake is, Michaela Blake's. So we knew for a fact Dawn wasn't gonna let her just play in space, ice all day. Like they was crowding her. They started with Raven Johnson on her. Raven got into quick foul trouble, and then they put Makira on. Makira has some long arms.
Yeah.
She's running long. Remember for Makira, long arms, and she moves her feet. So that kind of, and then off any pin downs they was showing. So like Michaela Blake's never had got into a rhythm because wherever she went, 2 jerseys there. She was seeing jerseys. All the gaps was being filled. And then, like I said, them putting make her in the lineup. I like that. I like that because now Joyce slides to the 5, and now they could play at a faster pace because McCarron, she's going to attack. Like when she get the ball, she going to get to the basket, and I like that. Tonight Lasson also woke up today. She was getting to the basket, getting to the free throw line, just attacking the basket. Like she didn't settle tonight. She didn't settle for nothing. She was, I'm going to the basket, and you're not going to stop me. Oh, Cope bounce back game. She's been struggling in the past team games. She bounced back today. Like I said, 17-7. She came off the bench today. A new lineup, new look, but she like her old self today. Mel, your take on this game?
Yeah, I mean, my take is that South Carolina, they definitely, came out to play. They bounced back after that tough loss from Oklahoma. And yeah, they was on one, and you could tell straight away what type of game that was gonna be. And I just felt bad for Vanderbilt because, listen, y'all gotta understand, this score is not a reflection of Vanderbilt. Like Vanderbilt is a great team, right? So previous to losing to South Carolina, they was undefeated. The issue with Vanderbilt is they ran into South Carolina at the wrong time. It was no way that you think that like a team was going to be able to come in South Carolina after they lost and stand a chance. South Carolina hasn't lost two in a row in years. So Vanderbilt just ran into a team at the wrong time, and I feel like South Carolina's loss to Oklahoma is what propelled them to be able to put their foot and really did what they did against Vanderbilt. But yeah, straight out the gate, I mean, they was not playing defensively. I mean, all up in jerseys. I mean, Vanderbilt's
Jerseys.
guards couldn't do anything. Even Michaela Blake's double teaming, they couldn't put the ball on the floor. Even when they tried to, it was a turnover. Um, yeah, Orby Galvin. I mean, there was just times where it didn't look like she could even hold the
Yeah,
ball for more than 2 seconds.
she got benched
Strippies,
quick.
give me that.
She
Yeah,
got benched
quick.
quick.
Yeah, there was no half court game for Vanderbilt. But shout out to South Carolina and Dawn Staley making that lineup switch. You know what I'm saying? Putting Makia in that starting lineup and moving Joyce to the five definitely allowed them to play more up tempo, more quick, especially against Vanderbilt. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Vanderbilt, they don't necessarily have bigs that can really score on the block in the paint. At the end of the day, it's just like, okay, we need to get faster, we need to get quicker. And I feel like the pace of today also helped Tanaya Latson get off because she was able to get in the rhythm, get in flow, move fast pace, and she was aggressive, and that's the thing. Like I know a lot of people had a lot of things to say about Tanaya Latson last game. At the end of the day, like you don't average 25 one season and forget how to score. She like I said, she just coming off of an injury, she's gonna be fine. That last game was last game. All great scorers struggle. You know what I'm saying? And I just love the intent and how intentional she was today on the offensive and driving to the basket, getting to her shot, looking to be assertive. She didn't play a perfect game, but she played with intent. You can tell she had one thing on her mind. That was, I'm getting this rock and I'm getting to the lane and I'm gonna create an opportunity for myself. Tessa Johnson came out swinging, and like I said, I feel like when Tanaya Latson and Tessa Johnson are setting the tone offensively, South Carolina is going to be a hard team to beat. You know what I'm saying? Because their guard play, they can both get their own shot whenever they want to. And now when you have Modena Akkad, obviously she came off the bench this time. When she's able to be productive, this is going to be they can be scary. But it starts with the guards. But they was able to come in the game and really produce tonight. I know Raven Johnson got into foul trouble early, but she came back in the game and made an incredible impact too. Defensively,
Three
she was
blocks.
on that 3 blocks. I think
Three
two of them was
blocks.
on Michaela Blakes. I'm like, I don't remember the last time I seen like a Michaela Blake's jump shot get blocked. But Raven Johnson did it twice. But that just shows you that they was on one. You know what I'm saying? Dawn Selly got into them. Was like, yo, like what y'all gonna do? And they showed out and they balled, man. I just feel like overall, they just wasn't gonna. Vanderbilt had no chance. And like I said, it's just one of those things where you just run into a team in which they just came off of a hard loss, and at home they're gonna ball out. And like I said, this game got ugly quick. Even though Vanderbilt definitely did play a better quarter, they won the second quarter 20-22. You could just kind of tell that Michaela Blake's definitely she ended up scoring. She had 23 points, was not for 24, but nobody else really could do anything. And it's all credit to South Carolina's defense. I just feel like all across the board, they came and they played with intent. Like I said, Medina Okar coming off the bench being productive. Makia, even though she didn't score a lot, but she was making some really great plays. Like she was able to fight over screens. She was making it tough for players on the ball. It was just an all grayed out defensive performance for South Carolina. And this is South Carolina's MO to win the game. They're not gonna necessarily just outscore you by hitting threes and things ain't going to look pretty. What South Carolina needs to do is lock in on the defensive end, speed you up, create turnovers, and get easy shots. And this is the exact formula that they need to try to replicate going forward. And like I said, from a Vanderbilt's perspective, they're better than what they showed. They just ran into a team that wasn't having that. You know what I'm saying? It's just you just run into the wrong team at the wrong time. And I feel like because South Carolina lost that game against Oklahoma, that's how come you saw what was seen today. Because when you're constantly winning, sometimes you could become complacent. You know what I'm saying? Like I know a lot of people like, oh, why can't South Carolina do this all the time? Well, they're winning all the time, even
Yeah,
when they
nobody's
don't
perfect.
look good. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. So sometimes when you get that L, when you get that, that gut check, it makes you rethink things. It makes you reflect. And I feel like that loss is what propelled them to turn up the way they did. So shout out to South Carolina for handling business. And yeah, Vandy they just ran into South Carolina at the wrong time. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're hoping that this game will revitalize Medina Coke. You know, like I said, she's been struggling, but today she did bring it. One of her best games this year. So they're hoping that that could continue. But you look at like rebound battle, they beat them on a rebound battle. They moved the ball, 25 assists tonight on 40 field goals. 25 assists on 40 field goals. You can't you can't beat that, man. Turnovers, only 12 tonight. They forced a lot. Vanderbilt had 20. You're not being, like we always say, the most important things is like the rebound battle, turnover battle. If you can win both of those, you got a good chance of winning the game, no matter who you're playing. And today, Vanderbilt just, like you said, just didn't have it. They went up against a team that was motivated. You know, they got beat in overtime their last game. Dawn, I'm pretty sure she tore in their behinds after that, and made that switch, and it activated something in them, and then that's what you got, a 29-point win. It was good to see Joyce Edwards actually look to pass today. She ended up with 6 assists,
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah, like she needs to like do that more. Don't only do it when like do that more. Like trust that pass, trust your teammates, make the pass, and look, you're gonna have a great outcome all the time.
One
And
turnover
McCarry,
too.
yeah,
Only one turnover.
one turnover. Look,
Yeah.
McCarry, like she had 2 steals and 2 blocks. I don't know what her wingspan is. I need to find that out.
She
But
be.
but seeing her guard, like I mean, she's 6'1", so like I can see like she's gonna be, as long as she keep developing that offensive game, keep that aggressive, like how she plays, keep that aggressive state how you play, develop jump shot, patience, reading the defense, all that good stuff, and she's going to be one hell of a player, man. Only a freshman, only a
Only.
freshman.
Sky's
She
the
gonna
limit.
facts. She gonna have a hell of a career. I mean, hope maybe win a championship, maybe like next year or something, or the year after that, and then But
Yeah.
yeah, South Carolina dominates Vanderbilt 103-74, giving Vanderbilt their first loss. What else we got? We got where the hell? Oh, here go my fault. Oklahoma. Oklahoma defeats Auburn 72-65. This game was very, very, very close.
Yep.
Very, very close. For Oklahoma, we got Williams 13 points, Chavez 18 points. She didn't shoot well tonight, 5 for 16. Verhos, sorry, my fault. 7 points. Man, my girl Brooklyn Stewart, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. And we got Reagan Brink. I mean, called Brink Reagan Bears, but they do the same thing. Foul. Reagan Bears 13 points, 6 rebounds, but she did have 4 fouls and 6 turnovers. And for Auburn, Kalali beat 10 points, Harris 12 points, Petticoat 12 points, Jackson off the bench with a nice 19. But this game was close throughout. Like this game was literally back and forth throughout the whole game. I thought, this is why Oklahoma with them, I'd be like, I can't really put my trust in them all the way because they give you this game against South Carolina. You'd be like, oh, okay. And then they play an unranked team, and then like could barely. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe they didn't get up for them. They didn't see them as like it's kind of hard to like get up for a team after just playing South Carolina. Like, cause like South Carolina is kind of like top of the mound. So once you play them, you bring your A game, and then you can play somebody that's not on that level. It's kind of hard. I get it. It's kind of hard to bring it, but If you want to be a championship team, you got to bring it. You would never see like a UConn or South Carolina or Texas like slip like that. You won't. But they got the win. Mel, your take on this game?
Yeah, man. What I saw from this game was just two teams that were actually evenly matched. And like I said, coming off the game that Oklahoma beat South Carolina, I was interested in seeing like how Oklahoma bounces back and take cares of business against a team that they should be able to win against. But listen, man, at the end of the day, listen, Auburn is a team that fought. They're gonna play well hard. They're gonna compete, and that's what they did tonight. Nothing was easy for Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? It was a battle back and forth. Score was close all throughout. Um, but Oklahoma handled business. I feel like at the end of the day, in these types of matchups, the more experienced team, usually comes out and wins the game, and that's what was done. Like how we said, Reagan Beers, she didn't have the best of games. You know what I'm saying? She had 13 points. She only had 6 rebounds. But all across the board, Oklahoma was just able to get more production from players on their end than Auburn. But I said it was just a gritty game. Both teams didn't necessarily shoot well from three. Auburn shot 37%. Aaliyah Chavez, she definitely, like how we mentioned before, 18 points, but 5 for 16 from the field, 4 for 9 from three. She just has to, like I said, freshman, just she's gonna get more accustomed to knowing what the right shot is and what's not the right shot, knowing when to pass versus when to score. They definitely needed scoring and points. So at the end of the day, she did have 18, but she just has to continue to work on being efficient from the field. Off the bench, Brooklyn Stewart definitely came in and gave him a punch, and being able to give him some productivity. And on the Auburn's front, like I said, I love the way that shout out to Ariel Jackson. Came off the bench, 19 points. She was able to get to the rim, get some shots. She was 50% from the three, and I feel like her spark definitely helped ignite Auburn, because there was a stretch where Auburn was kind of struggling with getting some points on the board. But at the end of the day, when you insert the right players at the right time, you're able to generate some buckets. And it really just game just kind of separated itself at the end of the towards the end of the fourth quarter. And Oklahoma was able to create some separation. Sarah Williams balled out. And just all across the board, Oklahoma was able to just put more points on the board. And at the end of the day, Auburn, at the end of the game, they had a chance to be able to take the lead and kind of be able to put more points on the board, but they wasn't able to get the shots that they needed. So at the end, at the end of the day, when you have a team like Oklahoma that has the Reagan Bears, that has Chavez and things like that, across the board, the better team usually stands out in those moments. And like how we say in the fourth quarter, that's when when the great teams are separated from the good teams. And at the end of the day, Auburn didn't do what they needed to do in the fourth quarter. They didn't make enough shots. And shout out to Oklahoma for being able to play defense. Reagan Bears being able to cause some havoc in the paint, and they was able to separate themselves. So yeah, like I said, tough game, really close. Wasn't a blowout. Very competitive. And yeah, shout out to Oklahoma for getting it done. They definitely still have some work to do and things
A
like that,
lot.
just in terms of the consistency standpoint, because even though Auburn is a good defensive team, at the end of the day, this is a game you kind of walk into and you kind of just prove like, yo, like we just beat South Carolina. Like, let's really run and like create separation and show the nation like, yo, we're actual contenders. So the fact that they kind of looked the way they did, it's like no credit, no discredit to Auburn, but at the end of the day, you got to find a way to separate yourself as a team. And I feel like they had the opportunity to tonight, but they just didn't really show up as much as we probably expected them to.
Yeah, there was a lot of head scratching moments. I was like, a lot of questionable shots. They shot today, 6 for 24.
Yeah.
A lot of just chucking it up, just getting it up there, man. But yeah, like this separates. Like I expected, I'm like coming off the South Carolina win. I'm like, this gonna be like another statement game, even though it's just yes, it's Auburn, it's not, but coming here and put foot to ass. The same way South Carolina, after that loss, they came to Vanderbilt undefeated and put foot to ass. It should have been the same way for Oklahoma. But Reagan Bears, like I said, another game of foul trouble. And then they're led by a freshman that also has shot selection or decision making issues. So like, and she's the leader, of that team, So but they get it done. So they got it done. They won, but it's something that I watch a lot of like Nightcap with Shannon Sharp, and he always says that his coach I forgot his name, or Mike Shanahan, he always said never accept something in the win you would accept in the loss, and like so like just and that means like like just because you won a game, but there was a lot of things that you didn't do right, and if you let that linger. You go against one of these teams, like we always say, you go against one of these teams, you gonna get foot the ass, belt the ass. So they gotta clean that up, man. And Reagan Bears gotta stay out of foul trouble. She gotta do a better job with that.
Yeah.
Because her team needs her. She's like 1-2 best players on the team. She's their senior, and she has to be better in that fact, in that aspect. But yeah, Brooklyn Stewart, man, it's only a freshman, 6'3". I like the game.
Yeah.
I like the game, man. I think she should be starting, But next year, I'm pretty sure she'll be starting next year when Reagan Bates is gone. But I think her starting that lineup because they play like an up and down game, And Reagan Bates, she could probably thrive in it, but she could probably thrive in more of a slow down pace more because she's a post scorer, And Brooklyn, she kind of like hit the low midi. Hit the little three sometimes, mobile, get up the floor, So, but that's next year. But yeah, Oklahoma defeats Auburn to remain to 16-4. Auburn, I was kind of surprised when you pick Auburn. So I was like Auburn, I've been hearing like that they all right, but that was a good pick though. That was a good pick,
Yeah,
So far,
little sleeper.
yeah. So far, you've been doing your
Thank you,
thing,
bro.
right? Yeah, so far,
Gotta
I'm
show the
getting
people
flowers.
we're diverse with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
man.
we show
Yeah,
love.
man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna give you flowers, man. I'm gonna give you flowers, man. Cause like
Appreciate it, bro.
besides the usual, like the LSU's and them, you pick the ones that be like, all right, you know that was gonna be a good game, all right,
Be knowing, bro. I be knowing.
And last game, your team, I thought y'all was gonna win this game. I thought y'all was gonna come back and win and sustain it, but y'all couldn't sustain that level of play y'all had in the third quarter. And it fell apart. But Michigan defeats USC. Michigan moves to 17-3. USC moves to 11-9. Sheesh. Michigan was led by what we got today. Silas Woods 10 points. Didn't shoot the ball well tonight. 1 for 5 from 3. Holloway 13 points. Olsen 24 points. So 10 points. Daniels 10 points. And for USC, Jazzy struggled today, 11 points. But what thing I like about Jazzy, she's all around. She's not defined by scoring. But 11 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. She did have 4 turnovers though. You can't have that. Kennedy Smith struggled tonight. Wasn't really aggressive tonight. 5 points, 2 for 7, 8 turnovers. Yeesh. Kara Dunn did come alive today. 26 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, but 5 turnovers. Can't have that. London Jones off the bench, 12 points. Mel, your take on this game. This is your team, so I'm let you do the honors. Go first, man.
My take on this game is that it's really difficult watching USC play. Because I feel like time and time after again, they consistently melt down in the fourth quarter. Like this game was a winnable game for USC. You was watching that game, you see the third quarter, the comeback, you're like, okay, they got momentum, they're actually finding the rhythm, they're playing defense, and then the same way that they've been losing, I think they've lost 6 games, they lost 6 out of their last 7 games. The same way that they've been losing, it just keeps happening the same way. The fourth quarter, absolute complete meltdown. They got players trying to be. They got the wrong players trying to take certain shots at the wrong times of the game. But I mean, let's just start off at the beginning. I mean, USC, you're on the road against Michigan. This is the number 7 seed. You cannot come out as lethargic as you did. They put on a press, and it was just like we didn't even know how to get the ball past the court. And I'm just like, shout out to Michigan for being able to, be assertive and be like, okay, we're gonna make USC work. You know what I'm saying? And it was just tough for us to get out the gate with any type of rhythm. Second quarter, it was just like the same thing. Like, well, second quarter, USC definitely did play better, and I definitely want to give credit to Kara Dunn because I remember, you know,
Mm-hmm.
mentioning early on that USC could be a better team if Kara Dunn stops only shooting threes. She needs to find the way on the block, on the post, and find the way in the paint. For the last 6 games, she's been averaging 24.2 points per game and shooting 54% from the field, 5.2 rebounds. Kara Dunn has been balling. So I want to start off by giving credit. She's been the best player on that team for the past 6 games. So Kara Dunn, appreciate you for tapping into that because even though she's on the shorter end, it's not like when you're on the post, you have to just back down everybody. She can also face up. She has a great touch and she's strong. So she's able to show you, and as you've seen in this game, when she's in that low block, she can be effective on so many ways. She made like 2 and 1s, I think, in that second half to, inch USC closer. But this was just a game of just lack of discipline. Like I said, first of all, Michigan, I want to say, you know, to be honest with you, the only person that really had it going was Olivia Olson. Like Silas Swords, respectfully, and it was just interesting too, like seeing two of my favorite players guard up against each other because Jazzy was guarding Sala and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. But like I said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So
USC team
Jazzy,
Jazzy. Jazzy has Sala in that box.
that's what she do.
Jazzy had Salah
Mhm.
locked up. He won't let me. I'm telling you,
Uh-huh.
Salah Swords couldn't do anything. And at the end of the day, that's what's once with her being neutralized, that made it tough for Michigan to have a consistent offense because Olivia Olson was really making a lot of like miraculous shots, fadeaways with her body contorted. She's like that. She's a great player. But there was a lot of tough shots that she made where it was like she was basically carrying the load. There was not a lot of production happening elsewhere besides Michigan. But it's because of USC's lack of discipline and the turnovers that allowed Michigan to be able to score. Michigan wasn't even really able to score in the half court. It was because they was disrupting USC with the press on the defensive end that was able to give them leakouts and points in the basket. But USC did they played great in the third quarter. It's like, okay, they playing defense, they coming back. Jazzy was doing what
Mhm.
she could do. And listen, at the end of the day, I got to give Jazzy Davidson credit because it's like, yeah, she may struggle and things like that. I remember the commentator saying like, yo, we got to find a way to give Jazzy get more shot attempts. Well, I'm like,
Mhm.
well, is anybody on the team gonna help create better shots for her? Because it's like she bringing the ball up, doing this, she doing that. She
And
could use
defense,
some help too. Come on now, like set a screen, get her open, free her up because it makes it so easy when she has the ball. All Michigan has to do is just lock in on her. She's on the top of the scouting report every day. And if USC is not going to have consistent scorers outside of Kara Dunn, it's going to be easy to guard her. So there has to be players that's going to be assertive to be able to take that pressure off and be able to be effective. So, but that third quarter, USC played great. They was playing defense. London Jones came in and hit some threes, got to the paint. Kara Dunn making and ones. Things was looking smooth. And Michigan, Lord have mercy, they just faltered. I'm just like, but that kind of shows you, like how we said, a lot of teams aren't good in the half court. This
Mhm.
game, Michigan wasn't really doing much. It only was because of their defense that they was able to get some points. But third quarter happened, and it's like, okay, cool. USC was like up by 5, and then once the fourth quarter started, the same recipe for disaster.
Fogey.
Always, they started off the fourth quarter. No, yeah, they started off the fourth quarter turning the ball over. I think Kennedy Smith do like a pass cross
Yes.
court. I'm
She
like,
wildin'.
Kennedy
She
Smith,
out there wildin'. She out
Ma,
there. She out
what are
there.
you doing? And listen, I love Kennedy Smith. I could tell that she's been working on her game. She's trying to get right, but you can't be 2 for 7 from the field and have 8 turnovers. At the end of the day, if I'm Lizzie Golly, I'm just sitting her down for the rest of the game because she's hurting the team more than being
Mhm.
the benefit of the team. You're giving Michigan open shots, open threes. Olivia Olson, open shot. Tyler Source, open shot. It just became so easy, and you could kind of tell right away that USC's confidence began to deflate because you can tell that they've seen this play out so many times. And
Mhm.
at the end of the day, if things don't change, if there's no adjustments in late game execution, the same thing is going to happen. And that's what happened to USC. USC had an opportunity to win this game, but what hurts them is their lack of offensive consistency. There needs to be some type of plays drawn. There needs like the only people that should be having the ball in their hands to create. Jazzy Davison, Kara Dunn, everybody else, you either spot up or do something, set some screens. But it's difficult because USC is so guard heavy. They don't even have no bigs. They could just dump it down to and get a post. If I'm Lindsey Gottlieb, I'm going back to USC campus and I'm finding there's got to be a big in the library, somebody walking around campus that could come on this team, post up and give you a hook shot, because these bigs for USC is not getting it done, and it's making it harder it's making it easy to guard USC, because if you don't got no big, I'm gonna just lock it on Jersey. I'm gonna lock it on Kara. It becomes easy. But these bigs for USC, Lord have mercy. Vivian, 2 points, 1 for 2. Gerda, 3 points. They're not even rebounding the ball. Kara Dunn is a guard. She had the most rebounds on the team. She had 10 bigs. Where are you? So it's really difficult watching this team, and it's like you can see in spurts the potential is there. They have chances in offensive spurts where it's like, okay, they're looking good, but they're just unable to sustain it. And at the end of the day, they let a Michigan team that really wasn't doing anything in the second half, it let them come in and take the lead back. And then once they went on that run in the fourth quarter, you could kind of tell it was over. Yeah, USC got it to, I think, like 4 late on in the game, but yet again, turnovers. Jazzy Davis, I love Jazzy. Instead of trying to force the ball on the post, Jazzy, you just got to go for it, man. I can live with you taking a tough shot because I believe in your shot making ability and being able to find a way to get it done. But what's tough is seeing you trying to pass the ball and it's a turnover. It's like you be the one to lead the way. You can take the shot. You have the green light. That team needs you, and I know they're asking you to do so much. We see it. And, it's tough. I get it. And I know she's just a rookie. But I want to see Jazzy Davison just look to take a shot in those clutch moments rather than passing it. Because time and time after again, it's just turnover after turnover. And at the end of the day, y'all know we have issues with late game execution. So that means the players that we trust the most to be able to get a shot needs to be involved in the play. Jazzy, Kara. There was too many times where it was just like it wasn't looking good. So overall, man, Michigan, I ain't gonna lie, they escaped with one, and this was a game that USC definitely had in the bag. But like how I said, these fourth quarters are killing them. Their lack of production with their bigs is killing them, and it's just tough to watch because it's like, where else do you go? And, Kennedy Smith, we need you to hoop. We know you're better than this. We know, but 8 turnovers is inexcusable.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Inexcusable. Like, it's supposed to be Jazzy, you, Kara, leading the way. But if it's just Jazzy, I know Jazzy didn't score as much, but she's doing everything. She's overly utilized. If it's her and Kara, right? We need you to come in and be efficient. We need you to come in and lighten that load. If not, it's basically a 2 versus 5.
I told you, Mel. Coaching, they're not being put in the best position to succeed, and it goes back to coaching. We said it before. Coach G, her time might be up because she can't get the best out of her players. Like last year, it was just get a ball to Juju, but at least Juju had Kiki, so it kind of. But for the most part, Kiki didn't look that good that she looked in. And what's the name? In Stanford, not Stanford. It was Stanford. She went before that.
She with Cameron.
Yeah. So she didn't look. And then when she gets to the league, it's like, yo, where was this lady at? What? It's. I think it's Coach G's system. Her system is just get a ball to one player, which is Jazzy, and then like she's. I don't know, man, but we did mention early in the season, like you said, Kara Dunn is I think she's one of their best players because I saw what she did at Georgia Tech. I said, yo, she could get a bucket. She's one of their best players, and
she's been balling.
Yeah, and in the last month, she has been putting up. She's been doing her thing. She's been balling, but the problem is nobody else is. Kennedy Smith, for somebody that don't handle the ball, 8 turnovers. Come on, mama.
It's inexcusable.
Come on, mamas. Come on. Come on. So
and it's not like the turnovers are coming off of it's not like she's balling out and she's like just getting the turnovers are just lackadaisical, cross
Mm-hmm.
court passes, dribbling off your body. It's like we need you to be if you're gonna turn the ball over, at least be able to put the ball in the rim. Like have 25 and
Mm-hmm.
8. Like we could at least live. At the end of the day, eight turnovers, but she just has to find a way to pick her spots more. I just feel like there's too many times where she's just playing erratic. It's like it's kind of, but I can't. At the end of the day, I just think the team is not constructed properly. They have all of
Nah,
these guards. You have Kara
nah.
Dunn and Kennedy Smith damn near the same size. It's like there's no versatility, and the only versatile player is Jazzy. Because not
Mm-hmm.
if she like offensively, defensively, she could do multiple things. But like there's so many players that are like the same size. You got
Mm-hmm.
Samuels, and then
And look,
you got
London Jones.
London Jones. It's just like
Do
it's
the same.
so guard heavy. They all do the same stuff. You need some balance.
And she
But
tiny too. Like London Jones is
yeah,
5'4". So like, and
yeah.
like we can't kind of. And then she looking for one thing, the basket. She not trying to get nobody involved. But tonight she played
She
27
flat.
minutes,
Yeah.
zero assists. Zero
Yeah,
assists.
she
Like
a
come on,
scorer.
come on,
Yeah,
come on.
she's
Like,
one. She's gonna definitely get them out. And like I said, it was she definitely made some big shots when USC was able to take the lead. But at the end of the day, it's just like it doesn't sustain. But at the end of the day, the basketball has to be in Jazzy's hands and Kara Dunn's hands. But at the end of the day, they just need more help on that squad. Like I said,
mhm.
if I'm Lindsey Gottlieb, I'm
Like shit.
on that campus. I'm walking around campus with a sign in my hand. Is there
Need
anybody that can
size.
have a post? Anybody that could do a post move, shoot a mid range from the big? Come on the team because the bigs are just not getting it done. It's really difficult to watch. It's
Uh-huh.
really difficult to watch USA. I don't think they've scored a bucket off of the post. If it is, it's because from Kara Dunn. But like the bigs, what are y'all doing? They don't shoot. I don't know. They just out there handing the ball to the guard. It's basically a 4-on-5.
Yo, he said look, she should be at it with a sign.
She
Need
need to have a
size.
sign.
Need
I need
size.
size. Anybody.
But I need
Oh
size.
yeah. I need a big that could at least shoot a mid range, like something. Because this team is difficult to watch, and like I said, they lost 6 in a row. They lost to Michigan State last game. They had an opportunity to win that one as well, but they just end up faltering at the end. This cycle has to break, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
tough.
Yeah, man. I like they are tough watching, man. I'm just looking like they're like they really ain't got no bigs. Like how you don't follow Kiki up with nobody? You don't follow her with nobody.
Come
That's
on,
that's that's
man.
like
Actually, they had Ray Marshall. They had
yeah,
bigs that could
yeah.
plug in and be effective. Like Gerda, nobody could really do anything.
Yeah, man. But I mean, it's a tough year, man. For y'all fight ons, man. But y'all gonna fight on. So just keep put your fist
I
in the
don't.
air. Fight on, Mel. Fight on. Don't
Yeah,
don't
man.
don't don't let go of the rope yet, man.
Nah,
Next
I'm
year,
not.
yeah, next
I'm
year will
not.
be a better year for you, man. Don't worry about it,
It
man.
was a fun game. I said I really enjoyed the match. Like, I'm a huge solid sports
Mhm,
fan. I actually have Michigan is one of my it's like my
mhm.
sleeper team. So it was cool just seeing Jazzy and Salah go at it and things like that. But yeah, it was a good matchup. But obviously it hurts seeing my team lose. But they gotta win eventually. So hopefully they get it done soon.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, man. For your sake, man. I know I don't want you to lose it, man. So for your sake, man, yo, USC,
Yeah,
come on,
man.
fight on for my man Mel, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
But yeah, Michigan takes down USC 73-67 to move to 17-3. USC falls to 11-9. Um, Make sure that concludes this episode. Make sure y'all like in the beginning of the episode, at the bottom, follow, like, subscribe. Show love to us, our socials.
Hmm.
Tell a friend, tell a friend, and tell a friend. We thank y'all. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. Keep
Appreciate y'all.
keep interacting with the channel. Because the more y'all interact, the more y'all pushes out to
Hmm.
another crowd, to a bigger crowd. And we just want to keep growing. And hope y'all grow with us, man. Stay with us, man.
Yeah, we here. We here. Keep showing love. We
Mhm,
gonna show love back. You know what I'm saying? We
mhm,
love what we do. It doesn't feel
mhm.
like work. This is just it's passion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So we got y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. It's love. And yeah, we gonna keep it going. We got
fact,
y'all.
facts, man. And like that, we out of here.